We're gonna be doing something a little different. Remember, I told y'all I have an event coming up. I got a lot of stuff I gotta get done. So I'm gonna be running my iCord machine tonight. So I hope you guys can hear me clearly. I hope you guys can hear me clearly because I have my headphones in so that you guys can really hear my voice. And these are like the earrings I'm gonna be working on. Um so yeah. So I'm gonna get this started. I already like started like the thing for it. So hopefully you guys can see that. I'm kinda on the cord, but I'm gonna get that started. I turn it that way. So I got stuff to do, so that is what I'm doing tonight. You got to keep the thing loose, and you start to see it coming out the bottom there. I'm gonna let it hang off the table some. So that is what I have going on tonight. I'm trying to get my stuff done. So y'all can see that kind of forming at the bottom. Let me pause it a little bit because I'm making it do funny stuff because I'm not giving it enough hang time. That was my bad, my bad. The machine is mad at me now because I'm trying to show it off, so it's gonna have a little mistake in there somewhere down up in there because I'm up there trying to show off. So when I'm trying to show off, I need to like let me bring the things up some more. Hi Sierra, bring my weights up some more. So yeah, I can see that. Thanks for the likes. Okay. I'm just gonna feed it through a little bit more. I'm making these earrings I have sitting over to the side of me. Yeah, I like it like this. But I would have preferred to have the bigger one. See, I knew I messed that up in that area, but I'm not gonna use all of this I cord, so I messed up because I was trying to show it off. Yeah. So I'm just gonna cut that part off. It's not gonna make a difference. As you see, if you see these over here, they don't require much. So I'm gonna take that part off once I do get to that part. They don't it don't have to be that long. Like I got this one right here. It don't have to be that long. So I'm gonna it's probably because I had these headphones. I was trying to wear the headphones so that you guys could hear me better, but I guess they keep dropping me out because the sound in the back. I don't know. So I might have to cut the headphones off. But I was trying to avoid all that sound dropping out when they drop my sound out. But they dropping me out cause me dropping the thing. It's YouTube. It's not me. Yeah, I got it from Amazon. So I might have to just take the headphones off because it's not making a difference. The point I was trying to make sure you guys could hear me. And normally you put this on the table, but I'm trying to show you guys now. I don't want to use my table. Oh, cool, cool, good, Sierra. Because I was like, I mean, I was trying to have the headphones in so y'all can hear me good. Because usually YouTube drops me in and out. So it was saying if you use headphones, it's less likely to happen. So I'm putting my weights in. It came with two identical weights. I don't know what they are right now. I didn't feel like finding both of them, but I have one that you crank to, and so this one came with this one. So I have a hand crank one. I prefer using the machine. It works a lot faster, or less work. So I'm gonna put that right there. Tighten it up a bit. Right, because I get that a lot. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So I be like, YouTube trying to drown out the noise in the background. I'm like, I kind of need my noise because usually I'm loom knitting and I like the clicking sound. I try to get the clicking sound in the live, and they be toning it out and stuff. So I be like, I kind of need that part, especially for playback. I'm gonna try to gently ease this back up and hold this down a little bit. I need to loosen it up some though. But I got so many of these to make. I got like 10 of these to make, and technically 14. So it's starting to tighten up in the skein. So that's when it starts to do that. You have to keep it loose. That's the only time it really starts to slow down. Right, exactly. So much faster. And you can make them so long that you can crochet or knit with them. So they it's really convenient. Hi, Hazel Hazel Clee. I'm trying to keep the weights out of the way. Let me pause it so I can bring the weights up. I'm gonna lay it down gently so that YouTube doesn't get mad. And pull this weight up some. Long as I'm mindful with what I'm doing, it doesn't do all of this stuff right here. Once it's if you loosen up the cord some while you're like messing with the weights, it'll do stuff like this. But as long as you keep the weights on there, it'll be pretty consistent. Yeah. So technically, I'm. This is sports number three. Technically, I'm not supposed to use number four, but I use it anyway. So I have used number four weight in here, and as long as you kind of watch it, it doesn't end up as bad. But you're supposed to use thin yarn, and you can't use cotton. I think you can use probably lace. I don't know why I was hesitant on starting it back up, but yeah, um, I think it said no, not number four, but people tend to use number four, and it works fine just as long as you watch it. It's twisting up at the bottom, and that's normal too. It's slowing down. Like any amount of tension, it'll slow down a little bit, but it's good at the bottom. Oh yeah, yeah, it'll be totally fine. Like I've thought about putting what's that I can't think of it that premier yarn in here. I haven't decided, the premier yarn that you find at Dollar Tree because it's thin, but technically it's supposed to be blanket yarn. I've thought about putting that in here. I'm trying to loosen up the bottom some. I think it's pretty much long enough. I'm about to get ready and cut that. And you just cut it a loose when you reach the end of it, it just wind off. See, this time I was just more careful with, messing with it a lot. So it turned out better that time. I actually got way more than I need because I don't need that much. So I'm going to throw that across there. I need some yellow. Just set that up there. I got to do all the colors of the rainbow. So I'm going to use some four-way while I'm on live, but I'm not going to be too crazy to do it though. I'm not going to be in a hurry. This is how I'm making sure I'm using acrylic because I don't really want to use any special yarn. So I got a little yellow left here. I'm gonna use this one up first. And this is a it's not really showing what it is. I don't even remember. I probably got this. There it is. I think it's saying use a 4.5 hook or 5 to 5.5. So it'll work though. It's thin. It's thin yarn. I guess. I don't know. It's recommending like a 4.5 to 5.5. So I guess you would say that, but it's thinner. It's just as thin as that number three that I just had. The thing curling at the bottom. Yeah, I do. I make and sell them. I have an event coming up, and someone asked for like all the colors of the rainbow, So I'm trying to hurry up and make those to get them out the way so I can make some stuff for my event. So this is like, let me see, I've made about five. This gonna be the sixth pair this week, and I just started making them again. I made them once last year, and I didn't really like post them. And then I started back making them, and they were pretty popular. So I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna take them to my craft fair. And if y'all are curious about what I'm using, cause I'm making these like from wire. I bought this wire from Amazon, and it's like a 1.5 millimeter. So if you're curious about what wire you may want to use, this is pretty stiff. I got some thinner than this. I started with some wire that was thinner. I didn't. I was kind of worried about it bending since somebody else wanted them. Like I made myself a pair. These ones I made last year, and I mean, unless you sit on them or just really try to work at them, they not really gonna bend. They haven't bent since I made them because I just put them up when I'm done with them. So those are the kind of wire that I'm using to make them with. And I used to make jewelry, so that's why I already have all the jewelry stuff too. I got all that stuff from Amazon. I'm trying to put this as close to the thing as I can because I want my weights to have enough room. Let me feed the thing first. And if you notice, I'm skipping pegs. This is like the knitting machine. You go every other peg, and then you go all the pegs. So this is very similar to that. Uh-oh. Okay. I've got them all fed now. I've also taken these and made, those strings that people wear in their clothes for the drawstrings. I've used this for drawstrings in pajama pants. My son had bought like some extra large pajama pants, and so I just cut a hole into the top of it and threaded it through, and so he had like a drawstring for his pants. I'm just kind of letting it go through. Uh-oh. Oh. I don't know how that happened. I guess I it got knocked off track. It usually don't do that to me. I don't know how I did that. I wonder if I lifted it up while I was pulling it. That was a first. All right. No biggie. Just pull it back up through the machine. I'm gonna pull that back this way. I don't know. Oh, I know what I did. I know exactly what I did. What I always forget to do. So this is always my problem. I forget to thread this thing, and I always mess it up that way. I always forget. It has to be threaded. If it's not threaded, it will do stuff like what I just did. I don't know why. I probably need to make it. I probably need to write something on here and say, "Don't forget to thread it. Don't forget to thread it." Cause that's how I always do that. I go right into the knitting machine and start back working every time, and I hardly ever use it. So I think that's probably um, what the problem is too. I don't use it that much. So, but you would think I've used it about 12 times this week. Oh, it's totally fine. I'm used to it. I am used to it. I just be like, whatever, I'm still gonna have to do what I gotta do because I got, I'm usually busy doing something. Like I got stuff that I'm planning for, and I need to use a crochet hook. Is what I need and stop pulling it out of there with that. But yeah, I'm used to it. Usually, I enjoy listening to music when I'm on live, though. That's what I would preferably do, but I can't do that here. All right, so we got it back threaded the correct way. Gonna set it up, turn it this way towards me. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Hi, Dura. That sounds like a good idea. Something neon, cause I do it every time. I mean, without fail, every time I have to start over and not cord. So I'm like, wait a minute, I missed a step. All right, now we're good. It's gonna take a while for it to slow down now because I just had to start it over. There it is, y'all. And I know I'm like doing like way too much cord, but I always recycle my cords into like plushies and stuff. I make plushies and things as well. So I recycle yarn. So even if I'm using like too much, I'll need it later on for plushies if I run out of. Yep, yeah, they are. I look, yeah, yeah, they are. Because a knitting machine, the cheap knitting machine is about that price. It's about 60 something, and then the expensive knitting machine is 100 and something dollars. And then like the smaller like the 20 peg knitting machine is like 90. So yeah, yeah they. Mhm. I really want the machine you can just lay down on the table, but that one is like one something, and so I was just like whatever, you know, it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to. I'll try and save up for it this summer. Maybe it'll be a birthday gift for me. So yeah, thank y'all so much for the likes. It might be a birthday gift for me this year because I was like, I really want that oven machine. Cause then I could just lay it on the table and just let it. It don't have to. You don't have to put weights on it or anything. Right? Yes, they do. They do make it all expensive. So I'll be like, I gotta wait on a special holiday. Cause hi Audrey, I be having to wait on holidays. Cause I be like, I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got it. I'm gonna go a little bit longer with this, and then I'm gonna pull that on out of there. I'm about to get ready and use 4-way yarn, so y'all will see. Y'all will get to see how the 4-way yarn acts in this machine. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that because I think that's good enough. But all I'm gonna be doing tonight is making eye cords because I gotta make a whole bunch of earrings, and it's best for me to just go ahead. Yes, I loom knit blankets too. Yeah, it depends. It depends on what mood I'm in, if I'm sick or whatever, blah blah. So what stitches I'm doing. If I'm doing all E stitches, it works up faster. And so I've done some blankets in like 3 weeks, like a full 5 by 5 in 3 weeks. So it just really depends on my ADHD, how I'm feeling, and all that stuff. But yeah, so it's not too bad. It's the only way I pretty much make blankets. So I'm trying not to make too much drop noise because you sometimes back in the day YouTube used to be able to hear everything, like every noise you make, every bump you make, it was picking it up. And I'm trying not to make them drown me out. So, and I did it. I did it. I'm glad I caught myself, but I did it. It usually take me about at least, well, no more than about 5 skeins, and I use about 400 plus yards of yarn um in the skein. So I try to buy a pretty nice size skein of yarn to make one. And you really don't need 5. I think 4 would probably get you by though. Yep, sure did. Every time. Every time I forget it. Every time. No matter how much I say don't forget it, I forget it every time. Hi Monica. I don't know what it's gonna take. It's gonna take something. I'm gonna have to make a song out of it to remember to do it. Don't forget the loop. Don't forget the loop. Loop, loop, loop. It gotta be a catch. I gotta make a catchy song. I don't want to make it on live right now. I gotta make up something catchy to make me not forget. Don't forget the loop. And I know y'all see me pulling. It's a divot over here for the yarn to sit in, but when I go to try and catch those every other thing, it seems to not want to do it right. So I bring it over here and and do it this way. I just do it with my hand. Now I can feel comfortable. All right. Um. So if you want to probably do it faster, I've heard that it's a 10 stitch method on YouTube that works up pretty nicely. All you need is 10 pegs. So you don't even need the Afghan loom to do it. So you can do it on like small round looms and all that stuff. There's also the Afghan loom. You can do it in all each stitch in a tube and then sew it together, but um, you have to make at least two panels to get it to be 5 feet wide. You can also do double knit on the Afghan loom, but there's a certain way you have to do it, and I've never done it, so I couldn't even begin to explain how to do it. So yeah, so it's those are ways to the tube and the double knit are ways for people who have like arthritis and stuff like that. Those would be the best ways for them to get into loom knitting if they struggle with the needles or crocheting. But for me, I don't like doing very detailed stitches all the time because they take a long time. So I do a garter stitch border to keep the border from curling, and I do all each stitch in the middle. So that's the way I kind of get around not having to do like special stitches all the time. But if you do all each stitch, it works up a lot faster because a lot of people tend to use like a wrapping tool to make their e stitches. It's called a Kato I-core machine or I-core machine. I'm trying to let it get it long enough so I can rest the thing. It's only going slower because there's a little bit of tension coming from the yarn. If you loosen it up, it'll go faster. I'm gonna stop it so I can bring the weights up a little bit closer. I still want that to go up a little bit closer. Like any amount of tension, it'll start to slow down, but it's not hurting it. I just uh I try to keep it loose, and like it's only doing that now because let me loosen it up a lot. So with the knitting the loom, you can do a lot of different stitches. So it's not just one stitch or whatever. Because a lot of people think it's e-stitch, but it's a lot of different stitches you can do. You can do rib stitching and all that stuff. No, no, don't do that. As long as you keep the weights, keep weight on it at the bottom, it'll come out clean. I think that's good. I'm gonna cut that. Oh, that sounds so cute. I've tried to get into pom poms. I struggle with pom poms. All right, that's way longer than what I needed it to be too. This looks like SpongeBob colors. Uh-oh. All right. This is what I'm pulling out now is some yarn from Dollar Tree. So this is a Dollar Tree brand yarn. It works well in here too because it's kind of thin, four-way yarn. Yay! I remembered. I remembered. I remembered. I probably just need to talk about it so much that I just keep remembering. All right, lay that down nicely. I actually like this one more because it's more smooth around the edges, so it's easier to slide the yarn. Y'all don't see what I usually go through with moving these weights around because I'm putting this one at the because I normally just I don't even stop the machine. I just slide it up as I go. So I'm only doing this for live the way I got stuff going. Move it close, close, lay it back down. Trying to get the other weight to go up. So let me pause. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. I appreciate it. I'm trying to twirl this down here at the bottom because if you let it just keep going, if you notice it's twisting up some. Coming out of the skein, loosen it up some. And I've seen someone making pens with these, so so there's a lot of different options out there to do a lot of different things with it. Most people use them for decorations, but if I'm gonna have something and use it, you can't always use it for decorations because not everybody is gonna be interested in decorations. But people are gonna be interested in things that they find, useful to them. So making like um, making like drawstrings and stuff like that, just kind of thinking outside the box when making stuff with it, trying to make stuff that's useful. I think that's long enough. And I'm just gonna pull it myself. We got a little wrapped around here at the bottom. It doesn't really like red heart yarn, but I put it in there anyway. So that's another I cord. And so even if I don't use these for plush, fill plushies up, I will use it for scrap yarn blankets and stuff like that. So it's called an I cord knitting machine. A Kato I cord knitting machine. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Yarn split. I'm gonna pull that back out. Some yarn split, and I don't wanna I don't even know how to split like that, but let me try to go back the other way. Yeah, the weights come with the machine. I have two different. I got a handheld one, and one belongs to this one, and then one belongs to this one. But I know they were all in a drawer together, and I didn't really feel like finding matches, so I just found the first two. Let's not split. Let's not split. This all white one comes with the one in my hand, and this gray one comes with the hand winder one. And like I said, I'm using Dollar Tree yarn, so it is working fine. It's when I go to showing y'all the red heart yarn is gonna be the one, or anything that stick like red heart. Cause loosened threads is kind of thick too, but it's softer than red heart. Right now, my favorite thing are is plushies. I'm working on a lot of plushies. I'm working on a giraffe. I'm working on a doll, and I'm finishing up. What's his name? Jabba. Jabba. I can't think of the last part of his name. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want nobody saying, "Oh my gosh," yeah. So I'm working on Jabba, finishing up Jabba. Jabba, and this is the start of my giraffe. And all of these I've been working on the past couple of days. This is the doll that I'm working on. So yeah, Jabba the Hood, I think. Uh, no, I typically don't make plushies with knitting machines. If I make plushies that with knitting, it's usually with the loom. But if I most of my plushies are crochet. Those are all crochet. I made those. Everything that you saw, I made using crochet. But I do loom knit plushies. I don't be in a hurry to do them. Cause the you have to do certain stitch. Well, I prefer to do hi Shaman. Yep, yep, sewing, sewing, sewing. And I'm like, why am I working on this doll right now? I already have another doll that I was working on that's been sitting there since August of last year with a head and arms. And I was like, well, maybe if I'm working on it with blanket yarn, maybe I'll feel more inclined to finish it. So I think the yarn that I'm using for the older one is annoying me because it's 4 weight, and I'm like, you know, so maybe I'll feel more inclined to finish it. But yeah, so we'll see. We will see. I swear, like So I've been trying to avoid stuff that I have to sew together because of that reason. Because I'm like, I got an event coming up, and I really don't want to like make stuff and it just sit there and stare at me for a long time. So I'm like, you know, got to be wise about my choices. Y'all, give me just a second. Give me just a second. Um, I don't know. I don't think she's gonna. Nah. Let me see. Maybe I'll do orange next. I got a lot of orange. Do I want to do? No, I don't want that orange. Let me get this orange. Oh, I don't know what color blue to use because they're like just any colors that you can make. I got a lot of different colors in the same color, like several different kinds of reds. Yeah, that don't that doesn't that doesn't motivate me. If I feel like I have a month to do something, that's the worst. It is the worst. Right, right. It's the worst. So like tomorrow, my schedule is like okay, so this what makes my schedule really weird. So I technically am on call for work. I'm a sub. So I'm on call. So normally when I go in a sub, I don't know until the day before or the day of. So I can't really like plan my schedule. Secondly, I have I have two kids. They're in sports. And we only have one car and my husband is working. And so sometimes I have to go and drop him off for work and then sometimes I don't. On the days I have to drop him off from work, I have to pick him up from school. And yeah, so drop them off at school, drop him off at work, come home, try to get some things done, go back and pick everybody up. Then I post on like social media. I run 4 social media accounts. I do hair from time to time. I do my kids' hair plus random people hair. So if somebody say, "Oh, can you do my hair like real quick?" Yeah, I'm. If it's natural, I'm doing hair. So my schedule is not always like you know. And the kids play sports, so they getting ready to start track. They play track and they do football. So yeah, it's not always cookie cutter a cookie cutter thing. So it's really hard to get time in, especially when social media wants you to post like every day. So I'm posting on 4 social medias every day, and because my Instagram is connected to my Pinterest, it posts on my Pinterest. So technically, that's 5. Technically, I have other social medias that has nothing to do with crochet or knitting. So yeah, yeah, it's a life. Hi. Yes, yeah. Even if I don't feel in control all the time. And then I've decided to go back into like doing craft fairs. So that's another thing. So I'm like, you know, tomorrow is pretty much gone. I don't really have a lot of energy to do a lot of things in the first place. Like I'm having health issues as well. So I get migraines. Last year I had migraines at least. I was for half of the year I was having them every other day, and then for the other half of the year I was having them once a week. So like it's just been like a really wild roller coaster, just to say the least. So trying to do like 50 things at one time kind of caught up with me last year. So I'm trying because I was working full time. Um, See if y'all kind of noticed that that's even thicker yarn. So it's gonna, you gotta really babysit it a little bit. But yeah, life has been lifing. I used to when I was about 5, 10 years ago before COVID, I used to be able to do this. I worked full time. I worked events. I worked. I had a family. I was cleaning the house. Blah blah blah. Just everything. So I had a full time job and I was running my little small business. But then, you know, things happen. So it's just been crazy. I'm trying to decide tonight if I'm gonna be up late working tonight because tomorrow is gone. My kids have a dentist appointment in the morning. I gotta drop my son off to college classes tomorrow afternoon. I gotta take my youngest child to a doctor's appointment, and then I gotta turn around. Well, starting the morning, I gotta drop my husband off to work. Then I gotta come back, do blah 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 blah. Then go back and pick him up for work. Yeah, I have all of that sensitivity to light and all that. So last year, it was so bad that I lost like 30, 40 pounds in like a month or two because of all the sensitivity to the lights and the nausea and all this stuff. I was nauseated for half of the year too. So it was just like it was a big mess. I've been I finally figured, I'm finally managing it now. I have I have arthritis in my neck. So because of all the stress and stuff, it's degenerative disc and arthritis in my neck. So I have like all that going on in my spine. So the cold weather, when the weather changes and all that stuff, it affects me. So I have to like, if I get a migraine on my shoulder and stuff is hurting, I have to pretty much be like, well, that day is gone, you know. So I'm learning to listen to my body and be like, no, well, we done. So it's been crazy. Let me pull this up on. So yeah, and then I have sciatica in my right leg. So then yeah, because of the arthritis, I had a pinched nerve in my shoulder. Maybe I need to try that. Right now, I'm on multiple medications because mine has to do with the arthritis in my spine. So whenever like my arthritis flares up, that's the yarn. Whenever my arthritis flares up, I get a migraine. And the pinched nerve, if the pinched nerve and stuff act up. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's been a wild roller coaster. So I'm dealing with it. Thanks, Emma. I am managing as best as I can. You know how us women are. We still have expectations placed on us, regardless of what we going through. We still have to, you know, we tend to still have to show up for other people. So I'm just managing. But so far this year, I'm uh I'm better than last year. And so I'm just trying to keep that in mind. Yep. I sleep permanently under a electric blanket now. Like all the time. I have to sleep. It's like everything on the right side of my body is the problem. I can't even sit in car rides long anymore. Like it used to be like an hour or so car ride. Now it's like 15, 20 minutes. I'm trying to work the leg back out. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. I might need to try that fire love. I might need to try piercing because I don't know what to say, y'all. So far, it's slowed down because they have me on like so many medications. But at the end of the day, you don't really want to take medications all the time. So now, lately, like I still have the pain in like my neck and my shoulder, but I only get like a headache maybe once a month now. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. But yeah, I only get them like once a month now because of the medication I'm on. But I supposed to have been went to physical therapy, but I'm like, you know, I ain't really find no time. We just gonna have to work it out. Yep, that's me all year round. Heated blanket. I got one. I think at the beginning of last year, and that has been me. I never sleep without the thing on. I don't care what's going on. No, we're not sleeping without that heated blanket. I be sitting there like I can't think. It was from a movie when that person was under that cover, just sitting up with their head under the cover. No, yeah, that's who. It's I remember now. It's E.T. I be sitting in that room like E.T. when he was in that stroller. Like when he was in that basket in in that bite. Yes, I be wearing it out in fetal position and everything. I cannot function without it. Like the one of the best gifts ever. I don't even remember what time of the year I got that blanket, but I ain't never slept without it since. I be telling people once you see me in rotisserie mode, don't ruin the vibe. Don't ruin the vibe. I'm in rotisserie mode right now. That means be quiet. Do not talk right now. And I wanted to try cold therapy, but I can't stand being cold. I cannot stand being cold. It irritates me. When I was going to physical therapy, they'll say you want heat or you want cold, and I chose heat every time. And then I look online, they keep suggesting cold, but I'll be like, no, I can't do nothing cold. I'm anemic, typically. So I'm like, nah, no, thank you, no, thank you. Right, what you said. So I be like, what you mean? When I look online, I be like, nah, what you mean? How you mean use cold? That's I'm thinking, heat relaxing. Cold tenses me up. So how would that really help me? Who can keep cold stuff on them? I don't know how people do that. How do you keep cold stuff on touching you? Cause I be like, no, I'm not with it. Now I know it'll numb you, but I can't. I gotta get to the numbing part. You gotta make a journey to numbing part, and I can't make it. I'm gonna try to pull as much yarn out of here as I can. Hi, Miss Angel. Excuse me. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Please. Okay, I was wondering. I thought that was gonna split that yarn because I see it got a couple of thick spots. Um, that sounds nice too, though. Then my husband be talking about you wanna what's that hot and cold stuff? I be like, nah, you better not, you better not touch me with that. Why do you keep at icy hot? Yes. You want some icy hot? No. Every time, I don't know why he suggests that every time. No, no, no. I do not want icy hot. Strong odors give me a migraine. I be telling him he be walking around here smell like Bengay and stuff. No, I can't handle that. And I really just found out last year they make creams that are odorless, but I still be avoiding it. Oh, okay, cool. I'll be glad when that part of my life is over too. That's why I get a migraine once a month now. It's only when my hormones change now do I for the most part that I get migraines, unless I smell something strong odor or get sinus infection or something like that. I think that's good enough. I made them one kind of long. At this point, I'm just like, y'all can have it, just don't take it. Oops, I almost knocked it over. I guess I'm turning the table by accident. All right. I don't really like using this green, but I'm gonna use it anyway. But only because I got the neon green. What I do with the I got another green. Oh, that's not the only green. There it is. Uh-oh. I don't want to use the neon. I tend to go for the neon. Yeah, so that's yeah, that's part of why I'm getting migraines too once a month now. So I'm just like, come on. I mean, I'll be like, can I like catch a break? It looks like hot dog. Hmm. I'm like, that looks like some hot dog stuff going on over there. Maybe I'll make a couple of hot dogs. Some ketchup and mustard on a hot dog. Uh oh. Gosh dang it. Now it's gonna do okay. This is some mainstays. Walmart yarn. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit closer. The orange might have been some red heart. I can't really remember. I didn't have a wrapper on it. But I know this is mainstays, so Try to make sure y'all see. I think that should be. Now, how did that get caught up in the table? That's some weird stuff right there. How? If it got twisted up. I'm gonna, after I finish this last little bit, I'm gonna go and cut this green. I'm making some earrings. Well, making eye cords for earrings. I'm trying to make them in bulk so I can go ahead and sit down and cut the wire later on. This machine might need a little clean soon. Thank you, Sherry. Let me turn it this way so I can. Oh nope, gotta put the weights on this way. Turn it this way. Every time I have to pull this one, pull up the yarn through with the hook. That's why I always say I like the other one more. Should have loosened it up some more. Why are you doing it? Ah, it's doing it because it's twisting up down here. Let me turn it around this way towards me so that I can keep it separate. Hi, Cynthia. Now it's doing that because the yarn is twisting up at the bottom. Let me pause it. Bring these weights up some. Yeah, you can. I think you could. I'm not quite sure about how. I think all you really have to do is just lay it in there, kind of like cut the other yarn, and you'll have to feed it in with this instead of directly feed it in with the handle first and slowly feed it in, and that's probably how it works. I've never tried it. I'm thinking about trying it. I'm thinking about trying it because I wanted to do I wanted to crochet with it and make a plushie with it, and I was like I want a plushie with different colors, so I'm trying to um I'm trying to think about how I could do that. Cause in the knitting machine, you don't have to connect it. You just have to really just start it in the hook. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how would you start in the hook without making it thick. Or I guess you would cut it here, or maybe cut it long enough and then just start it in. I don't know. I have to think about it. Cut a long strand enough for you to tie it, but start it in the next um needle beside it. I guess I forgot to I moved the thing up and everything and forgot to pull yarn out. When I figure it out, I got y'all. Cause I am gonna do it. Cause I wanted to do like a purple and pink one. Right, right. Make a knot and then doing the other one. I want to make a purple and pink one. So if you've ever used a knitting machine, it'll be pretty much the same way. Come on, stop doing that. Why are you doing picking up all this yarn over here? I knew once I let that go like that, it's gonna do it. It's gonna do that. Let me try and put that over there. I think this gonna be the last when I do it this. Let me let this one hang at the bottom. This is getting on my nerves. Right, I've heard of those too, the nail ones. That's why I got interested in them. I heard people kept talking about the nail ones and how they made one using hi Emily, how they made one using those like a big thread bobbin, whatever you call them. Let me see how they use one of these as a base and did the fourth thing where they drop it down. Yeah, wooden bobbins. Yeah, that's what. Yep, that's what I was trying to say. All right, so that's um, I know a purple I want to use. I just don't know what blue. Well, not really. I don't really know what purple I want to use either. 'Cause I got this purple, cause that's like the right color of the rainbow, and I got that purple, and I think those are the only two purples I have. Wait, no, and I got this purple. Got this purple. So I might use this one. I think I might use this one. This one. Because this one is too dark for me. I don't really like this one feels too dark for earrings. And this one feels like too I don't know. I just don't really want it for I mean it'd be cute for earrings. But I think this one would be more like, the purple and maybe she's looking for. Like it's more of a genuine purple. Hi, Alyssa. How you doing? Yeah, I got 30 minutes left. I think this would be more like a true purple. So I'm just gonna stick with this purple. Now blue, I'm like, do I use dark blue or do I use the baby blue? Now this is where it's gonna get interesting because like I said, this machine does not really like red heart. And so it wasn't really crazy about that mainstays either. So because the mainstays is thicker but it's softer than red heart is. I'm making I cords to make earrings with them heart earrings. I'm making those. Excuse me. And someone asked me to make them in like every color that I could, and I was like, well, I'll just do rainbow colors because I really have a lot of different colors. And unless she says more specifically, I want blah blah, then we can do that. But she said I want them in any color that you can make them in. We just gonna do rainbow because if you know a yarn, if you know a fiber artist, they really almost have every color that you can ask for. It just when they go to working on something, they like I need a specific green or yellow, and then it's like you ain't got every color that you need. Hey, bestie. Yes, yes. Now, but I'm not doing the ones without the wire yet. I haven't figured that out yet. I know you wanted me to do the ones without the wire. I haven't figured that one out yet. And I really just started back making them because I posted them from a year ago, and then people were like, "Can you make me a pair?" I was like, "I wasn't really planning on making pairs, but making any extra pairs." But I guess since I'm started back making them, I'll probably end up trying to figure out how to make them the way you want me to. Yeah, I'm making them with wire. I got this 1.5 millimeter wire from Amazon, and I'm making them with wire. I'll probably sit down this week since I got so much yarn to play with because these are way longer than what I need them to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them and I'll play around with these and see what I can figure out to make the ones without the wire. So then I should be able to post a video because I'm making them in bulk, so I have some time to play around. I'm loosening up the yarn because in the amount of tension with this yarn, it'll slow the machine down. So as loose as you can have it is the best option. Let me bring that up some more. I want this to be as close to the machine as I can get it because I'm on live. So, yes, yes they do. Yes they do. I just got to making some of those big hoop earrings about that bigger than that. Yeah, so they wear them this big. I plan on making myself some. I made mine small the first time I made them, but I'm planning on making them this big. I like big earrings, especially since my hair is shorter. The shorter your hair, the bigger the earrings. Hi, Brittany. In our community, the shorter the hair, the bigger the earrings. We like big earrings, so yes, we wear them big. Now it's just doing it like that because this red heart. I'm tugging on it at the bottom. Let me bring this up some. It's moving slow because it's red heart yarn. And apparently it's twitching up in the yarn thing. Let me move that over. No, I haven't even like done a video on them, but you can just make them small, however long you want it to be. It can be pretty much the same thing. So they're adjustable. So I was trying not to have to lay the machine back down. Reason I'm sliding it up like that. I'm gonna do a. I'm just gonna run the rest of this out. Uh-oh. Hmm. I unwind the thing off the thing. I'll put it back on there in a minute. Let me raise this up. That's really what the problem is. Put that over there. Trying to see how long this is. Yeah, that's good enough. Now why that one kept latching on? Uh-oh. I'm gonna set this over here so I don't lose it. But that's better out of the way anyway. Did it. I did it. It's so crazy. Even the smallest things make a difference. Hi. The smallest of things make a difference. All right. But yeah, I'll make big and small because the more I think about it, I know it not everybody likes um the don't wear big. So I am going to make big and small because I thought about that the other day. Right now, I just got to make a whole bunch of big ones because that's what they asked me for. Now, if they say make them smaller, then you know. Yeah, I got 15 more minutes. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. I might make a dark blue. Come on, go down in there. Let me pull that back some so I can feed that up. Yeah, lay it down. Lay it down. No, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me turn this around to me. The red heart says working it. Hi, Brian. Told y'all it's that red heart. It don't really like red heart. I think I'm at everything. All I need though. Get ready to cook that. That's all I need. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. All right. So let's double into that. Now I guess I'm gonna do. I gotta figure out what blue I wanted to do, but I guess I'm just gonna do this blue. Since I'm doing this purple, might as well do that blue. Do I have any more blue that's already pulled out from? So I don't have to go through trying to pull that blue out. No, 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 no. I was trying to find some more blue, y'all. I ain't got no more blue. This is a new skein of blue. Let's see if it's gonna not give me yarn bar. Is the thing. So this is our oldest skein. Yeah, I'm gonna get yarn bar. Oh, not too bad. I can work with this. That means just going in the middle of it slowly. Alright, what is this? I knew this was the end of it, but I wanted to go back this way. How do I get you to go back the other way? I'm trying to figure out where it's pulling from. There it is. Yep, there it is. Be nice. Yeah, I can pull it all loose. Yeah, I got under 10 minutes left. Just have a little knot on the end of it. I might have to use a tapestry needle to get this one down through there. Just kind of need a little weight. I know how I'm gonna need it for that too. put it in the weight. Uh-oh. This is gonna be my last one that I wind up. I'm gonna finish you out on my live, even if it goes past the time. 'Cause I just want to go and finish it. All right, let's see. Naughty. I did it again. Cause I was focused. I was too focused on the yarn being raggedy at the end. Work it out. Work it out real fast. I bet y'all like she sure did that mighty fast. She been doing the floor all night with that tapestry needle. Okay, now we can get it that way. Come on, red heart. Be nice. Bring that up some more under there. And turn you towards me. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. I'm holding it with the other end with this hand, just in case y'all don't see it. 'Cause I can't see the screen that well. But I'm trying to keep it straightened up some. Pause it, bring this up some. It looks like it's gonna need a little help pulling it down just a little bit. I'm not pinching it, by the way. I'm just, because you can see it feed down through there. I'm just letting it go in between my fingers. Because, like I said, any amount of tension, it acts up. Let me pause that, bring up the weight. see if it's good enough. I think that should be good enough. Let me see. Yeah, that is good enough for me. And this is my last little thing, my last hurrah. Feed that through there and go and take this off. That is the end of my live. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for sitting down and chilling out with me while you may be crafting or doing whatever you're doing. But yeah, so I made all these accords in about 2 hours. These are um I'm making earrings. These are what I made in like 2 hours. So yeah. Good night. Thank y'all so much for coming in. So I will be back tomorrow. I won't be doing the I-cord tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be made all these earrings by tomorrow. Um and we'll probably be back on the knitting machine. So yeah. I just wanted to, make sure I got some things done. Ignore that. I won't be using that part. But I just wanted to make sure I was able to, get some things done. So we did all this in about 2 hours, and I got one more to do, which will be that dark blue, and then I'll be done. See you guys tomorrow back here from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Peace out.